Sorry, I almost missed the end of that. I was reading a slightly aggrieved letter from regular correspondent Nik Cockshott of Bedford, because he's complaining here. I haven't read the entire letter, but he's complaining that I'd left bits out of his reviews because they all have reviews of either Screaming Custard and the Cranes, or both. And I did read the rest of it, you know, Nicholas, but I did leave out those because your enthusiasm for these things, although admirable in lots of ways, was becoming, well, sort of persistent in a way. But I'll consider the rest of your letter and read it out later on, probably. Pretty much taken with that, I must say. When he comes back, and that's on a 12-inch along with two other tracks, and it's by C. I mean, just the letter C. No idea what that stands for, but let's assume that it stands on this occasion for Cockshott, as in Nicholas Cockshott. I've finished reading his letter. I'll now read it to you. It says, "Dear John, so you're getting a bit sick of me now, are you? I must say I was a mite bit hurt by the way you've ignored all of my reviews for the past few weeks, just because they all contain stuff about Screaming Custard and the Cranes." Well, as I said, we haven't actually, Nicholas. They were all read out. I think they've all been read out, except for the bits about Screaming Custard and the Cranes. There were some other bands in there, you know, says Nicholas. And to top it all, you suggest that all people who don't like football, such as me, when this World Cup thing is over, I'll breathe a sigh of relief, are second-class citizens. Yes, I did suggest that, and I'll certainly stick with it. Actually, I will go on to read the reviews, but Malcolm Spurt is a man who knows how to work the television, what's it called again? What's this thing called? Teletext, that's right. Are we allowed to say that? And these are the current odds. Are we allowed to read out the odds? Okay, fair enough. That's the odds. We'll press on with Nicholas's record now. I'm in letter. Let's see, where do we go? No more custard, no more cranes. He says, the following review contains entirely bands previously unreviewed by me. He does get around, actually. The Wolfhounds of the Falcon, London on the 3rd and 4th of June. This was a 2-night stint by a band who just shouldn't be playing in small venues, but such is fate. I think they've got a new LP, actually, at the moment, haven't they, the Wolfhounds? I think I've seen one around. But it's on compact disc, and I haven't had a vinyl copy of it, and I have to admit that compact discs come last in my house, except for DATs, which don't come into the house at all. Straight into the bin with them. Actually, somebody did send me a DAT, and I threw it away. I mean, I don't know what to do with them. I haven't got the machinery to play them, and I don't know how the machines work anyway. There is one, of course. There isn't one in this studio, but there is one at Wonderful Radio 1. But a chap of my age, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. And I've come to terms with compact discs with a great deal of reluctance, but I've drawn the line at. Anyway, to Nicholas's letter, I must stop talking. The first night featured support by the awfully named Diablo, who in turn featured some interesting facial hair, and as the name suggests, a satanic theme to the music. The best song, Take Me to the Burial Ground, featured a guitar being hit instead of played to create a bell tolling effect, which would have worked nicely, except that the guitar was faulty and kept cutting out. They probably spent months trying to perfect exactly that device, but perhaps not. On the second night, Gallant Drunk provided support, and from what I could make out, were a fair imitation of Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, and not much else, except that they wore shirts of such appalling taste that they were comparable only with those of the great Mark E. Smith. The Wolfhounds played almost identical sets on both nights, with singer Dave Callaghan taking up guitar to cover for their missing guitarist. This gave his awkward body something to hold on to, and I think improved them no end. I wish I could find something like that. I must admit, my awkward body causes me a great deal of distress. The guitarist who was present played like that bloke from AC/DC with the shorts, but that's not as bad as it sounds, and I like them a lot. As did the packed house on both nights. The songs seemed to have a positive feel, especially Skyscrapers, and although they failed to finish their set on both nights and therefore didn't play Living Fossil, how can you not finish a set? I mean, that would assume, in a sense, that indicates that they're playing still, doesn't it? I mean, anyway, that's a little philosophical moment. Therefore, didn't play Living Fossil, the best and last and best on the set list. I felt it was well worth the money to see both nights. I've never seen a band break quite so many guitar strings. That's it, says Nick. I hope you still appreciate my efforts, as I do sense that you're getting a bit bored of me. No, we're not getting bored with you at all. I says bye for now. Edsel Auctioneer next week with any luck. Now, keep sending those reviews in. I mean, anybody who wants to send reviews in, they're always extremely welcome, and almost all of them get read out. And unless they are reviews of, like, The House of Love or something like that, yet again. So if you review local bands, as I've hinted before, unless you're a member of the band, then quite clearly these are much appreciated.